Right.
You know.
Yeah. Right. Right.
All right,
The Hulk and the Hulk scenes in the Avengers were fantastic.
Yeah, you know what was great that they did in the Hulk for the Avengers is that the Hulk doesn't really come into his own till the end. You know what I mean? You see the Hulk a little bit in the middle, but really, you don't really get the Hulk. You don't get a full Hulk thing going on till the very end. So you've been waiting for it, you're hungry for it, and then when the Hulk comes, that's why you're all, like, pumped up. Because he hasn't been doing anything hulky, you know, really, until that moment. If that's a word. All right, now, I was thinking about this, Noah. So first of all, okay, let's talk about what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson.
That's Nick Fury?
Yeah, Nick Fury. Nick Fury, I think, in this one is an ENTJ.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's an SJ. I think he's a little too strategic. I think he's an ENTJ. Do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that.
And then I was thinking this, that the floating, you know, the
helicarrier?
Yeah, the helicarrier, that's an NT dream. What could we do?
Not only did we take this, what are they called? The real ones,
the aircraft carriers?
No, yeah, the aircraft. Let's take this aircraft carrier and make it fly.
Oh, better yet, let's take an aircraft carrier, add another aircraft carrier to that, and then make that fly. You know, and the NT's like, yes, we did it. That would be a harvester's dream to do that. Yeah, harvester. That would be Harvester's dream, to build a double aircraft carrier that flies. You know, he's probably building one now. To be honest, somewhere he's concocting it.
So you think he's an ENTJ?
Nick Fury?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. All right. Neat trying to be on top of those 4 guys he was talking to.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's also thinking ahead. You know, building the weapons out of the warp thing, whatever that is.
Well, it's called the Cosmic Cube in the comics, but in this they call it the what would break for
the Tesseract.
The Tesseract.
Yeah,
the Tesseract.
The Tesseract. Right. So you know, he's building weapons. That's very sort of ENTJ strategy.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I agree. You should.
Do you want to talk about the individual movies or just the Avengers?
No, just the Avengers, okay. because I want to go on to The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Oi.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Anybody else? Other than, the only people left, I believe, is Black Widow and...
yeah, they weren't really
Hawkeye.
Fleshed out, so I don't know. We'll have to see in the next Avengers movie, then we'll make an assessment.
Yeah. Which I hope Hulk is in, because they're not...
Oh, of course he is, of course.
Yeah, but they're not going to do another Hulk between this.
No, and they shouldn't.
Why?
Because, honestly, a whole Hulk movie is too much Hulk. It's like too much chocolate cake. Whereas in the Avengers, you know, you're waiting for the cake, and finally, slice of cake.
All right.
It was.
Well, I hope he's in it.
Oh, of course he's going to be in it. Everybody loves the Hulk. All right, so The Dark Knight Rises. It's very grim and gray, and the whole movie sort of has an NT thing, I think, going on.
Yes, but something I said to you earlier is that Bruce Banner, Batman.
You mean Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne. Sorry.
That's okay. Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne and Batman. They're an INTJ.
Usually, yes. If we look at the whole Batman, even Adam West is an INTJ. So, right. It's
and he has the clip and picture to prove it.
Right. There's a bat computer in the old Batman with Adam West. It's there,
anyway,
the bat computer.
They're usually an INTJ.
Yes.
Very detective-y, but also actually like...
Yeah, that's right.
As if you play the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games. He's very INTJ, detective-y, and action and all that.
Right.
But in this movie, he was like barely detective.
Yeah, actually, he was more he was actually more Bruce Wayne than he was Batman. Yeah, most of the scenes with Christian Bale are him as Bruce Wayne doing Bruce Wayne things, you know, in the pit and all that. You know, it was very Bruce Wayne. And the only part you get a sense that he's an INTJ is that he does patch and fix the autopilot. You know, and that would be a very INTJ thing to do. But really, that's the only one you see. In any real way, you know. I also think, though, you could also view The Dark Knight Rises through an NF point of view, in that it's really sort of depressing and maudlin. You know what I mean? It has this sort of depressing gray everything. It's almost like an INFP. The whole movie is an INFP in one of their melancholy swamp moments. You know, everything's bad. It's snowing. It's
I know, it's quite depressing.
Yes. I also was thinking about this. I was trying to nail down Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
And I have a theory.
In the comics and the old animated show, and maybe some other shows or movies, he seems much more SJ.
Oh, yeah.
In this, he seemed much more Effie.
Yes. Well, I think in the current Dark Knight Rises and all the Dark Knight, and Big Batman Begins, I think he's more of an ISFJ, but a sensitive ISFJ, because he comes off as introverted. He's always like nervous and anxiety ridden. That's like your aunt, And he's definitely still an SJ. I don't think he's intuitive. He doesn't come off as intuitive. I mean, he never figures out that Batman is Bruce Wayne until Bruce Wayne actually says it.
Well, no, he says it in a great. I like that.
Sure,
line. I like that line in that whole thing.
Yes, and that's what makes him an SJ, an ISFJ, too. Because he was always trying to show care right from the beginning. ISFJs are very caring, so it was caring right from the very first moments of Bruce Wayne. Now, one of the things I try to figure out, Noah, is Catwoman.
Like in general or this movie?
In general and in this movie, both.
Okay, what do you think in general? Like as she's portrayed in the grand scale.
Honestly, I think at moments she might be an ENFP, believe it or not. Because I can see wearing that outfit. And dressing up like a cat. Like, I can see doing that, and having the cleavage at the same time. If I was a woman, I'd have cleavage. I would do that.
Did she have cleavage?
In some of the... Alright, think of her in Arkham City.
Oh, yeah.
Her boobs are practically shooting out of that thing. And I would kind of do that. I could see that. And she ought has this fascination and love with Batman, which seems very ENFP to me.
Okay.
Now, in the movie, I don't know if she's an ENFP or not. What do you think she is in the movie?
She seems more SP.
You think so?
Yeah.
Which one?
What do you mean?
Which SP?
Oh, jeez. Maybe an SFP.
Really?
Because she, ended up getting all up with Batman.
I'll tell you this, too. I would not... Superheroes make very bad women choices, I think, sometimes. Not Tony Stark, though. I can see why he would be with Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, Pepper, well, I'm saying the actress. But yes, that makes sense to me. But, okay, first of all, Batman ends up with Selena Kyle and Talia. Women I would never choose. They are way too dangerous.
Even in the game, too.
Right, even in the games. Dangerous. I mean, really dangerous, difficult people.
Really flirts and, I think, kisses with Talia at some point.
I mean, I would gladly pick Vicky Vale. Immediately pick Vicky Vale. Why would you not be with Vicky Vale?
Kinda,
Right, she's cute, she's a reporter, she's not dangerous, she's not going to stab you in the back.
Yes, but she could easily get hurt.
Okay, fine, but she's not in the fucking League of Shadows, for God's sake. I mean, I think, like, if I was on a dating site...
Well, he didn't know...
What do you do for fun? Oh, I'm in the League of Shadows. Yeah,
he didn't know. Clothes. He didn't put it together until, like, the end.
Yeah, that's because he screwed her. That'll screw up your thinking,
Yeah, seriously, though, that's something I was thinking about while watching The Dark Knight Rises, was that really, if this was much more Detective Batman, mid-movie, he would have put it together. But after all these stories, feel that thing on her back, and like
right, he would have
all this position, and her trying to get to the top of Wayne Corporation, he would have deduced that she was.
Yeah. Speaking of that, one of the fascinating there's a theory in psychology called Gestalt psychology, and it's all about perception. Okay. And I don't know if this happened to you, but this happened to me even in the second time we saw it, which was that, because they mention child, and you think it's Bane. When you see the kid running around in the prison pit, it obviously looks like a boy. You automatically think it's a boy. But the second they say it's a girl, she looks like a girl. Like, immediately
no, okay,
she's like a girl.
To be honest, I looked for that. I did think that, and I looked for that, and they used the same person.
Yeah, it's the same kid.
Right.
That's what's
throughout the whole thing.
Right. That's what makes it amazing, that because they said boy... When you see this kid, even though she's a girl, you're thinking it's a boy. It looks like a boy.
Actually, I think I analyzed it a little more. They didn't really say it. They said it a few times.
No, they said child.
Right, they said child.
But he assumed it was Bane.
And everybody else in the theater did.
Right.
And then it's Talia, and you're like, what?
Right, and but the thing is that because he said Bane, when you see the child acting, you're seeing a boy. But as soon as they say it's Talia, same actress, it's now a girl. Like, you could see that this is a girl. Like, somehow changing the word changed the perception of the kid. And that's really an awesome thing, and that's why The Dark Knight Rises is just super awesome. I have to say, some of the reviews put The Dark Knight Rises down. I think that's just haters. I found The Dark Knight Rises to be top notch.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm an ISTJ, and like people
And
are
a
saying
Marvel?
and a Marvel, and people are saying it's hard to understand. I understand the whole movie.
Yeah, honestly, it's very. You get the whole like what Daggett was doing and why Bane was involved and how this relates to the League of Shadows. You can follow it,
And you can get why Talia, when she wasn't being Talia, did all those things.
Right. She was maneuvering herself to make this happen.
Right.
You know. What do you think? What type Bane is? I've kind of been going back and forth. Some people say he's an NT. I don't know what he is. Is he an NF? I don't know.
Well, I've only seen him in this movie and in the Arkham games.
Yeah, in the Arkham games, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yes. You know, what's funny is that after The Dark Knight Rises, for a little while, Noah and I were doing Bane interpretations with each other, where we were saying things like, "You now have permission to drink the milk." We were doing all these Bane moments.
That's become a meme too. The whole permission to die thing.
Yes.
I liked. Okay, and this has nothing to do with Myers-Briggs, but I realized Bane said that line, but I feel so much better coming out of Batman.
You now have permission to die?
Yes. Oh, that coming out of Batman was so.
Yeah.
I felt much better coming out of Batman than it did Bane.
Yes. What do you think Alfred is? Alfred seems pretty crybaby-ish. I think he might be an NF. Certainly an F.
In this, what do you think he was in the other stuff?
Oh, much more SJ. Even ISTJ.
Really?
The Batman and the Alfred in the Tim Burton movies seems very ISTJ.
Oh yeah, okay.
And actually, the Tim Burton Batman, and those Batmans aren't too bad. Okay, I know people give him crap, but the Tim Burton Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman, I think he is more INTJ than any other incarnation because he's weird like an INTJ, and he's conflicted like an INTJ, and he comes off much more introverted. And even when he's saying, "I'm Batman," it's very introverted on Batman, as opposed to Christian Bale screaming it at the guy's face in Batman Begins.
Yeah, but that's so funny.
Oh, that awesome is, I know, and he pulls him up through the car. Yeah, that's a great scene.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Think how frightening that would be. You don't know what it is. And all of a sudden it's this close to your face. That's horrifying.
What's more horrifying is what Scarecrow went through when he got
yeah.
And the shit's coming out of his mouth, and he's going...
Yeah, that was great. I love that scene.
That also, in The Dark Knight Rises specifically, that whole thing where he just starts yelling and punching at Bane, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Who's the trigger? that was spectacular.
Yeah. So, before we finish up, Noah, I want to just make this clear, because we've talked about this before, that we're going to get off the Myers-Briggs
that Batman can beat everyone.
That's right. Batman always wins. Batman can be anybody, any superhero, any fantasy person.
To be honest, I could be a fan of Batman, to be honest. Because,
all right, but
I realize it'd be obvious that this rich guy is that. But honestly, out of all the DC superheroes, he's much more of the realistic one.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any superpowers.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. But even without the superpowers, Batman beats any fantasy, anything. It doesn't even matter. He can go outside of comic books. Legend of Zelda, he'd get the Triforce. Really easy.
He would have already had it.
He would have had it, exactly.
He'd have all three.
Right, exactly. He would have found all three. He would go to will you help me find my chickens? Where's the Triforce? He would absolutely get it. Lord of the Rings, Sauron, forget the ring. He just would have kicked the eye, right? It just jumped up and kicked it. Boom, would have beat him. Okay? Would have blown up the Death Star. Absolutely blown up the Death Star. Long before
would have had the sequences on his little, computer thing. Been on Alteron as it was starting to fire.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom. Blow it. Right. Alderaan would have been saved. Okay? Batman would have blown up the Death Star long before that.
Would have just dropped the bomb on Luke about Darth Vader being his father.
Right. Oh, would have got Darth Vader. Forget lightsaber. Just short circuit Darth Vader. He would given all that a virus. The Emperor, he would have had an electrical, grounded suit. So the Emperor would be given those electrical things. Batman would be fine. He would just keep walking towards him, And then with the Batarang, knock him into the bottomless pit of the Death Star.
I'm sure you would just love this.
Yeah, absolutely. Batman beats everybody. Okay, absolutely. Okay. Batman would go right to the right castle. Happen? He wouldn't wait. There would be your princess, is in the other castle. No, Batman would know which castle to go in, and the game would take 5 minutes. Bowser would be dead.
Okay, now when Superman and the Hulk face off,
yes,
who wins?
Superman.
I can see the Hulk winning.
No.
Why?
Because sooner or later the Hulk is going to be Bruce Banner, and
but
Superman is never going to turn into Clark Kent.
Okay, I realize that. But if they're fighting so intensely,
yes,
the Hulk is getting so angry, he's getting stronger. So wouldn't there be a point where
because Superman could just grab him by the feet and fly off into space and throw him at the moon.
Hulk could jump off the moon.
He would still get him.
He'd survive out.
Okay,
he
fine.
Could survive
okay,
out
but Superman has Kryptonian technology. You can't beat Kryptonian technology. It's like 100,000
years.
years.
He's able to go to it after spotting the Hulk randomly?
Yeah, of course. Because he has those crystal things.
Oh, fuck those crystal things.
Yeah, so... But Batman could be Superman, so that's okay. Batman still wins.
Because he always has the kryptonite.
Yes, he does. All right, so...
Even if all the kryptonite's destroyed.
That's right, exactly. That's right, because he went back in time, went to Krypton, and just took it from the ground, and then went back and killed Superman. Because Batman always wins. All right, so that's it, Noah. Good job.
I guess.
All right.
All right.